today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Diamond Select Toys Captain America Civil War Winter Soldier Special Collector's Edition action figure. Figure that Spot really should have done in the middle. Ultimately, I left it for the end though, but Winter Soldier comes with a pair of interchangeable hands. Of course, he comes with a firearm, a rifle, and he also comes with the third and final component for building the very large diorama that we're going to be doing in this review. Winter Soldier, along with the other two figures, are recommended for ages 8 and up. Features down below, we've got Winter Soldier, which also carries over to the side with slightly different artwork. Then on the back, you've got a picture of what the figure is going to look like. You have a picture of what the full diorama set is going to look like. And you also have the other figures available that we've already had a look at, Captain America and Iron Man. Your read-up, and it's actually the same read-up except for really like this part right here. But your read-up says, Marvel's Captain America Civil War finds Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, leading a newly formed team of Avengers in their continued efforts to safeguard humanity. But after another incident involving the Avengers result in collateral damage, political pressure mounts to install a system of accountability. Headed by a governing body to oversee and direct the team, the new status quo fractures the Avengers, resulting in two camps. One led by Steve Rogers and his desire for the Avengers to remain free and defend humanity without government interference, and the other following Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, who has made a surprising decision to support government oversight and accountability. This 7-inch scale action figure of Winter Soldier is based on his appearance in Marvel's Captain America Civil War and features 16 points of articulation and a diorama base. Collect all three figures to extend the diorama. All the three figures, by the way, are also sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios, and if you want to check out more from the folks over at Diamond Select Toys, be sure to head over to www.diamondselecttoys.com. Spot's going to take himself a break and get this completely opened up. When we come back, we are going to do two things. One, we are going to put together a full finished diorama, and two, we're going to have a look at Winter Soldier. Two things heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. When Spot opened up this figure packaging, it actually came very blatantly clear to me that I was missing one element. Literally, I was missing one element. We'll move this figure out of the way here. We'll move his hands and his rifle and everything out of the way here. We move Winter Soldier's stand over. Then we go ahead and we bring in the other figure stands that we had to look at, being the Iron Man and Captain America. In fact, yes indeed, you can probably see it right off the bat here. There is one glaring missing component, and it's right here. It should be actually a second one of these that's over on the other side. Even though Diamond Select advertises 3 figures from this set, there is actually a 4th figure that's going to be needed to complete this diorama. I'm not sure why they didn't actually advertise all the 4 figures on the back, and I really hope that the 4th figure isn't going to be a Disney Store exclusive. While we are at it though, what I can do is take the A. We'll just attach it to the back here, just to show you some rough semblance of what this stand's going to look like, again, once we get the final figure here. And we can go ahead and I want to make sure I haven't added the pegs or anything to it yet, that is, but we'll put Winter Soldier right there. We'll put Iron Man right here. And we'll put Captain America right here. So yes, we are unfortunately missing one figure, one panel, before we are finished the complete diorama. At some point, I'm sure they probably have it slated for a later release. I wish they had advertised it though, because this whole time I've been assuming that we're going to get a fully finished, and I really should have known better, because like even on the back of the package, this one little girder, or this one little section of the wall here, is on the other side too. And I guess for some reason or another, I just thought the Winter Soldier might have had 2 of these that went on either side. That not be the case. That's not the case at all. At any rate, we'll move these figures out of the way. Just put Winter Soldier right here. We'll take what we have so far for a diorama, and we'll just move it out of the way. That's disappointing. Let's also move these figures out of the way too. We've already had a look at those. And let's have a look at Winter Soldier. There's not a whole heck of a lot going on with this guy, but what is going on actually is quite good. I say not a lot going on because really he's just primarily black in costume. There are little areas that, yes, are broken up by even darker blacks down the zipper area of his jacket, the zipper area of his pocket, darker black gloves, and dark black boots. But for the most part, he is all black in coloring. Yes, Spot has not overlooked it. He has the very, very shiny silver arm, and I love the paint that they've applied to that. As opposed to giving him a matte silver, they've opted for a more metallic, shinier silver, and I think it works quite well for Winter Soldier's robotic or cybernetic arm. A little star there also up at the top. Quite good. Quite a good sculpt there. Speaking of quite a good sculpt, I have to admit it's also quite a good sculpt on Winter Soldier's face as well. Granted, I do find the face to be a little on the shiny side. I wish that not be the case, and I wish it wasn't as shiny as it was. But other than that, if I could omit the shiny aspect of it, the face sculpt is quite good. As well, the sculpt on the hair also very good. It's debatable whether the beard or stubble that they've given it is, maybe it could have been a little bit darker. But then again, if you make it too dark, it reads more as a beard. So I get that they went with something a little bit lighter, comes across more like stubble. The face, though, again, a little on the shiny side, but it's actually it's one of the best likenesses I've seen of Winter Soldier, excluding, of course, the higher premium figures like the Hot Toys and stuff like that. Winter Soldier does come with a couple of different accessories. Not many, but he does come with a couple. Of course, he comes with his machine gun rifle. I guess more of a machine gun. And it looks quite good. Quite like that. Very large handle, though. Look at the size of that handle. I mean, luckily, he does hold it, but I don't know why it had to be so large. I guess they had to accommodate the fact that his hand is also as equally big. It does sit a little on the loose side, granted, but he still does manage to hold it. Loose, yes, but he still managed to hold it. Not well, though. It does sit a little loose, though. But I guess you could kind of, well, you can't really bend his arm to fit it, but you could you do a little bit of finagling. You could get the machine gun to fit a little bit better in his hand. But yeah, it does sit a little loose for my liking. A little loose. I'd say fear not, as he does have a pair of interchangeable hands, but unfortunately those hands are close-fisted. Both of them are close-fisted. Changing out hands are easy, though. You can go ahead and pop the hand out, replace the hand that you need with the hand that you've taken out, or socket-wise, and you can replace those out. Sometimes I find, though, that close fists tend to come across a little small, and I think Winter Soldier is a good example of that. Now, granted, the area that is not a finger, in that case the top of his hand, is the same size, but just closing off the fingers, it does come across like he's got a much smaller hand. I know it's accurate to that hand, but it does come across like it's a little too small. We'll go ahead and just re-replace that hand. And even though we've already kind of touched base on comparisons, there he is next once again to Steve Rogers, Captain America. They're roughly about the same height, give or take. And we'll put Steve right there. And we've also got ourselves Iron Man, which Iron Man is roughly, again, about the same height. A little bit shorter than Winter Soldier, but those are your three figures. As they've not advertised the back, I suppose on the interweb they probably have already revealed who the fourth figure is, but it makes me do wonder, though, which the fourth figure is going to be. Maybe it is going to be a Black Panther, and Black Panther will finish that other... Maybe it might even be Scarlet Witch, but who's to say? At the time that I'm shooting this video, I have no idea. All I do know is, though, these are outstanding figures. Not really sure which one is my personal favorite. I might even say... I might be leaning more towards Iron Man as my personal favorite from this set, but really... This shows, Hasbro, take notice, this shows exactly what you should be doing with figures. Diamond Select has been doing this for a very long time, and I still think that they churn out far superior figures than that of the Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends, I just feel like from time to time churns out just by volume. Volume is so much more important at times that sometimes I feel like quality gets overlooked. Diamond Select releases less on quantity, but I feel releases more on quality. They release less on quantity, I should say, and release more on quality. Again, good examples right here. Better figures, you don't get as many of them, but when you do get them, I feel like you appreciate them more because it feels like they put a little bit more extra oomph into their action figures. Today's Toy Spot, we were continuing and actually finishing up to the point that we have not yet got the 4th figure released yet. But we're looking at the final figure from the 3-figure release so far of the Captain America Civil War line. And today we were looking at the Diamond Select Winter Soldier. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more videos heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time. Spot got so tied up with talking about quality versus quantity that I actually forgot to talk about his articulation. Articulation on Winter Soldier. His head does rotate left and right. It's a little on the stiff side though, kind of like what I was dealing with Captain America. And he does have a hinge up and down on his head. Shoulders hinge out as well. Full rotation on both arms. He has a bend at the elbow, which also allows that forearm to rotate. He has a rotation also in the wrist, allowing also for the hand to hinge in and out. When it comes to your torso, the upper torso is on a ball joint. He has a swivel also in the waist. Split legs, split leg action, forward and back motion. He has a 3/4 split cut on his thigh, allowing for a swivel there. A double hinge knee, a hinge on the foot, and also a pivot. Spot could not have wrapped up the review without articulation. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But again, we were looking today at the Diamond Select Captain America Civil War Winter Soldier, now with Poseability. For anybody that was thinking Spot was not going to put a Poseability in there, it's right there. It's right there. As I was saying, certainly stay tuned, guys. Spot's got more videos. He does so many more heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.